to the doctor. There was a store here. What is it? Costco?
But one of those
It's one of the
stores,
big,
yeah.
it's either BJ's. And in BJ's, I was in BJ's, and in BJ's, they had a stand, a setup.
Yeah.
And they were taking people's A1C, and you could get the results right there because I was all I wanted to know my A1C every other day if I could, but and I couldn't. You have to go to the doctor and get your A1C test. You got to go to the lab and you got to do that.
Yeah.
But they were going to do it in the store, and I got so excited.
It was like an outreach where they were trying to help
That's right.
people.
So
yeah.
I was willing to stand in that long line. And I did. I didn't care because I knew at the end I was going to see what my A1C was. And I thought I was going to be proud. So I went there, and she said, your A1C is 5.9 or something to that effect. I said, wait a minute. Oh, no, lady, you have something wrong here because
Your machine is broke, lady. It's broke.
You gotta be kidding me. I would be lucky if I saw 8 or 7. Well, it doesn't lie. I says, could it be a little bit off? A little bit, just a little bit off. I said, well, yeah, it could be a little bit. No. Oh, wow. God. I called my doctor and I says, okay, can I go get my blood drawn? Please, I need to see you, blah, 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 blah. And of course, I had to make an appointment because, with the insurance, there's a certain timing, as we all know. So finally, I went there.
You've probably heard about intermittent fasting. You've maybe even tried it. Maybe it didn't work out for you. Maybe you didn't get great results. Or maybe you just need a reset. But either way, we've got this free intermittent fasting guide for you. It's got lots of colorful pictures and lots of information with a 2-week plan to get you started intermittent fasting and enjoying the amazing benefits. So check the link below if you're watching YouTube, and if you're on the podcast, check the show notes. Get that link.
And it's easier than you think.
Yeah, so go get it.
And it sure was. Only at that time it was 5.6.
Wow.
And he says,
You're
cured.
done.
You're done.
But of course he couldn't say you're cured.
No, you're done. You're done. So that means now the metformin is gone. Everything's gone now. That's been 7 years ago.
Wow. So get this. Okay, so get this. So you're on metformin, you're on insulin, you're like, this is it for you. You got no hope for you. This is your life. Just live with it and accept it. Your parents had it, you're going to have it. Your kids are going to have it. Oh, well, this is your sentence. Deal with it. And you go from there to eating better and getting off of all the medications and then getting all sorts of health benefits to boot, like the energy from the ketones.
The ketose, yep.
And the body just coming around to reduce the inflammation and sleeping better, and so many amazing things happen when you are not taking in all those unhealthy carbs. So how cool is that as a side effect, right?
And what was really great was the fact that the energy was so high. I was so excited about the energy. It kept me going.
Yeah.
Because I was psyched. I was all over the place. I said, where is all this energy coming from? It was the fat burning. I adapted from the sugar to fat. Yeah. And my brain loves the fat burning.
We all our brains love it.
Oh my God, it just loved it. So that inspired me to keep going till finally it was effortless. It was like, okay, so processed food. So diabetes is a processed food disease. That's what it is. And when you start reading your labels and looking at the sugar that's in your food and those packaged foods, because they got to put something in there, make them taste good because they took all the good stuff out.
Right.
In the way they processed it. So when you start doing that, oh my God.
It's interesting because I would even get into the words about even disease. I mean, when I think of the word disease, I see it as something that is just going to keep going on and on unless it's cured. But they're saying you can't cure diabetes. So now for me, it's a condition for me. Because it's at this point in time, this is the condition you have. At this point in time, you don't have that condition anymore.
At all.
So you are not you don't have diabetes right
At
now.
all.
So they might argue you have it, but it's secretly hidden inside, whatever. But you don't. 7 years, no medication, no nothing. Your blood glucose levels, your A1C are amazing, better than the average bear, right? So it's a condition that can be changed based on what you're doing at different times in your life. And the healing power of low carb and ketosis and all of that. I mean, you have to think about the diabetes. It's not because you don't have insulin. Okay. You didn't have type 1 diabetes. You had type 2 diabetes.
No, type 2.
Right? And type 2 diabetes is an issue with they give you insulin. So does that mean I don't have any? I don't have it in my body, so you have to give it to me? What's going on there? That piece gets completely overlooked. Your cells get the glucose inside of them because insulin brings it in. So you want to think insulin is like your plug. Like I got the plug. It's my insulin, right? So you can't get in the club without insulin. You ain't getting in. Right? So glucose is trying to get into your cell. It can't get in. Insulin's like, I got you. Insulin comes in, boom, glucose is in the cell. So it begs the question, if I'm making insulin myself
Already.
and you're giving it to me to, put it in my body externally, internally, then I have all this insulin. So how come my blood glucose levels are still high? You know why? Because the glucose is still in your blood. Still in your blood. That means it can't get in the cell. The problem is that your cell, where it accepts glucose, is what's broken, what's not working. It can't get in. And when you went to low carb, guess what started healing?
The cells.
The
The hormones were started going in
Yes.
to the cells because there's no more inflammation around it.
So it made the insulin. The insulin took the glucose, put it right
Put
in
it
the
right in
cells,
there.
and boom, it got used.
It was all over.
So that's why it's kind of, we have to be really careful about if you're taking insulin or you're taking metformin and you suddenly go super low carb without any doctor involved. Because suddenly your cells become very, very sensitive
That's true.
to insulin and you're still giving it to yourself. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
So don't just decide, I'm just going to get rid of my insulin. I'm going to get rid. No. Yes, you can get rid of it, but make sure you do like Mom did, get your doctor involved and take it a bit at a time so that he can reduce your medications and keep some balance in your body. Because when you get rid of that mess, that's a happy day.
It really is. And it's all about the sugar.
Yeah.
You don't need that sugar. That's so bad. That
Nope, we
sugar
don't.
is so powerfully bad because the inflammation it gives your body is the cause of everything that's wrong with your body.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. And the glucose is stored. I mean, you have to understand, you're taking in all this glucose. Where do you think it's going?
Yep.
If it's not going in your cell, where's it going to go?
Right.
So some goes in your cell and you use it for energy. Yay, I got energy. That's why you crash. Because after it gets all used up, you're like, give me some more sugar. I don't have any more. But if you give all the sugar we eat, the sugar we eat in a day is so in excess, it's outrageous.
It's just outrageous.
So your body's like, dude, stop giving me stuff. I don't have anywhere else to put it. It's like you're a hoarder. Have you seen them shows on TV where the people are hoarding all these things and you can barely walk around their house?
That's it.
That's what your body looks like on the inside. When you're hoarding all that sugar, the body's like, I don't know where else to put it. So you got fat cells, you get cellulite developing. Because, fat cells hold a lot. They can expand a lot. And so you get these funny, like, cellulite, or you get these flabby places.
Got to go
where the
somewhere.
yeah, because it's like under here. The cells, they have to store. Like, where am I going to do with all the sugar? And the poor liver is like, oh my, I don't know what I'm supposed to do now. And then you get fatty liver because the liver's like, I don't know where else to put it.